of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty in the house. We got Silent Mike in the building, though you would never know it. He's a man of few words. Silent Mike, how are you?
I'm all right.
There it is, everybody. Dynamite drop in. Spencer Raxter.
Hello.
What's up with you, man?
Drinking a coffee. Shout out to Sabbath Coffee.
Oh,
by
that's
the way.
Savage Coffee.
It's good stuff. But yeah, my check engine light came on in my car, so that's been annoying. I took it to my boy who works with the Les Stanford Collision, Suburban Collision, and he got to turn it off, and then it popped right back on. So took it to the dealership today.
All right, well, there you go, man. That's why there's warranties on that stuff.
Yep,
so
that's for sure.
keep it pushing, everybody. Yeah, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, by the way, East Clawson, the proprietors and one of our proud partners here at Woodward with our Lions game day. I popped open a can of their Nitro Brew.
Yeah.
Elite?
It's dangerous.
I'm just saying,
Here, I need some.
be prepared.
We
had him at the
show up or something.
We had him at the live party.
Yeah.
We had him at the live watch party. I think they got ran through. It was shout out to Sabbath Coffee, the Nitro Brew, the cold brew in a can. I was partying all weekend at my brother's wedding. Drank one of those.
Got right.
Kept me going through the entire post-game show and the live watch party. So shout out to Sabbath Coffee.
No, absolutely. So certainly that. Some other partnership news, I guess you could say. Be on the lookout. Woodward Sports has a new official sports book, by the way. Shout out to Caesars.
Shout out to Caesars.
Yeah, all right. We got it.
Can we call it Kaiser's?
The Get Right, the Feldman Pigskin Pick'em Cup will
yeah.
all have official Caesar lines to it now.
Now we are officially doing those on Thursday.
On Thursday, correct. So I'll need your picks today, by the way.
Today.
We'll get it to the graphics people so we can get it all dressed up.
All right.
Let
me start perusing.
Well, yeah, go open up the Caesar Sportsbook app, get those lines, and get in there, D-Mac. So that's what
I'm
it
going.
is.
Caesar Sportsbook.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Steve O'Baby. Neil, I have a question. Are you ready? Where are all the Tiger haters now? Let's go. And yeah, big dub for them. Unfortunately, it did not yield gaining any ground as the Twins and the Royals both won yesterday. And, you know, that I just, D-Mac, you and I talked about this before the show. You know that's part of the rules, right? Like, it's going to happen. I hate that
you didn't lose any ground.
You didn't lose any ground, sure. They played perfectly.
That's good.
They played perfectly yesterday.
What did I say to you? Where I looked at it like, thank goodness they're taking care of what they're supposed to take care of. The second worst team in, they have games against Colorado, who's the second worst team in the National League, and then they got the White Sox coming up, who are the worst. What I liked is what I saw that I didn't see out of the Red Wings late in the season against Arizona is taking care of those games and those points. You can't control what the rest of the teams do, only what's ahead of you. So the way that they're playing, what they've shown me is this is becoming more consistent. Now, how they got here and the way that they've been doing it through pitching, which has been the best since the beginning of August in baseball and stuff, and how they're getting that
with one starter,
but in how they're getting timely hits throughout the lineup, not just by guys whose names, not staying hot. So they're consistent. This goes down to me where it solidifies more of what you've always said of what a great manager A.J. Hinch is. I think right now you're seeing why that is. So consistently, I hope that they build on that and come out today and take care of business again. And
have to.
They have no choice. But Neil, it's nice to, like you said, it sucks. There's certain rules you live by.
Yeah.
You know that it's the
doesn't
way
make it not suck though.
And it doesn't make it not suck. I mean, sorry that your bedtime was 10 p.m. and your buddy's was 11. That sucked.
But that's the way that it is.
Some sort of that suck.
And again, I want everybody to understand how tough this will be. You know what? Like the Tigers, think about how good they've been lately, right? They're 6-4 in their last 10, and they gained 1 game on the Royals in the last 10 games. You know, like it's hard, everybody. Like there's still a long shot to do this, but what the hell? You're telling me there's a shot, you know? So that's enough for us. Remember this too, like, because I have to fight this with the Tigers team, right? They haven't been relevant at this point in the season in a decade.
I mean, isn't it more like we're watching what we experienced with the Red Wings? You know,
yes, it's exactly like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, I guess that's what the Red Wings season prepared us for.
Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there, get your thoughts in there. Burn, is Caesars going to be okay with your get rights? They know.
They know what they signed up for.
They know what they signed up for, everybody.
Why do you think they signed up?
Absolutely. And in honor of the new deal with Caesars, I have a special get right for late Saturday night, by the way.
Uh-oh. Mountain West?
No.
Oh. Mac?
Nope. Don't you worry your pretty little head off.
Is it the Pac-12 where there's only two teams?
Could be Pac-12. There's only like 4 teams.
Hey, the Pac-12 where there's only 2 teams?
I went and I got some help for this one, and I'm going to get the people right late Saturday night. Not even football.
Not even football?
Not even football.
Oh, geez.
But you can do it at Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. First time. So we'll get in there. Let's, what?
First time.
First time. There we go. Now, hey, that might change after a couple of weeks.
Yep.
I'm just saying, but be prepared to get
Stick,
right.
If you're listening and you're in the building, will you come in here during the break?
Stick. I'll text him.
Yeah. Todd Sane has been a member of the Woodward crew for 19 months. Time flies on BDE. It does.
Shout out Todd Sane.
Yeah, there you go. One of the OGs, man, no doubt.
That's insane.
Nice.
Yes, it is. Woodward Sports, chat thread, Chuck Brewer. Neil, the kids are playing meaningful games under pressure in September. Make it or not, this is great for the team. Chuck, see, here's the deal. This is great for the fan. We've earned this, damn it. And you guys know, no one is as hard on the Tigers in this building than me. But no one puts more time into it, too. We've earned this. You've earned this, and I've earned this. Make no mistake. Are they going to get home? What they got, like an 11% chance to make the play? It's a super long shot.
Creeping up.
Yeah.
It was like 4 a couple weeks ago.
Bingo. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, enjoy it. Consume it. The crowd was pretty disappointing. I will say that last night. But, you know, I don't hit me with the schools in session and all that kind of. Don't hit me with it. This is what we say we wanted, right? There's meaningful baseball. We signed off on this. It's meaningful baseball now. You're 3 back. Granted, the road is going to be tough. And let's say this, too. And I did this a couple of weeks ago, but I feel as though it needs a refresher, D-Mac. A.J. Hinch. Effing A.J. Hinch. We got 1 starter. We got prospects that we got in a trade at the trade deadline that are playing shortstop now. If you look at the offensive numbers.
It's hitting like 230. 240.
If you look at the offensive numbers, they're still pretty grim.
Yeah.
But somehow, some way, this man is getting it by. And you may not like that. You may not want to hear that. I don't care. A.J. Hinch is as important as anybody else in that clubhouse,
you know what?
If not more.
And here's the thing. If you like analogies and you look and somebody brought it to, I forgot where I heard it, brought to the attention, is this is sort of where the Astros started. Back with Altuve and Springer, and they started popping up like weeds, you know, in the lineup and stuff like that. Is that what we're seeing, sort of a young version of what the Astros had before they became world champions? Maybe. And who's at the helm and who would know that, right, by experiencing it before with these young guys? I think that you nailed it. Was it Chuck Brewer that said that the team, it's you. It's all of us. As the Tigers culture and the fandom and players and everything, we all get to enjoy this, and we're still not there yet, right? It draws me back to the excitement at the end of the hockey season, right? And we were a lot closer with the hockey team than we are with the baseball team, but it's still exciting because there's hope. There's hope.
There's hope.
There's hope. Hope sells, baby, and there is hope. We got definite hope in this town.
And I hope.
And look at where we started with this team. Look at where we've been through. This is a long season, right? I mean, Torque was sent off to pasture. Meadows, there, you didn't know what was going on here, there, everywhere. We were in bigger distraught early in the season, at Valley Sports, right? The apathy, the ineptitude, all this different stuff, but it's brought that fan back, and it's brought other people back, because now you have some hope and things you can believe in, let alone a Triple Crown pitcher that you're watching history being made in front of your eyes.
And I'll say this too, because this would be a good segment, and I think we may do this maybe tomorrow, is come clean about the Tigers. Admit your mistakes with the Tigers. And I would start it and say, when we sent Parker Meadows off, I thought that was the last time we were ever going to see Parker Meadows. I legit thought that.
No, 100%.
Legit thought that. And here's a great story, by the way, Spenny. Was driving around, listening to the game last night, actually taking my daughter back from soccer practice, and I was listening to the ball game, and Dan Dickerson told the story. That home run he hit in San Diego, when the Tigers season was at the brink, they were about to be swept out of that series in San Diego, and that probably would have broke them. That home run he hit in the 9th inning,
bases loaded,
the grand slam,
2-0.
yeah, that was the first opposite field home run he's hit as a professional. He had not hit an opposite field home run since he was in high school. Like, those are the moments, man.
That's what it's all about. And that's what all
wild.
the hard work. And you know what? Like, that's what life's about, that adversity and overcoming it. I've had some experience with that myself, but you can feel that. So all the hard work that he's put in, and all the time, and all the going back to the bus rides in Toledo and stuff like that, it's great to see it paid off. But yeah, that's awesome. That's what you need. But those are moments, right, Neil, that are coming more on the daily, and because it is hope. Do you think Parker Meadows is a Major League Baseball player, outfielder, from what you've seen?
He's trending that way. Yeah,
he's trending that way, right? How about Torque? I mean, for God's sake. Some of us had, and not completely wrote off, but had to have the conversation that this might be the end of a 1-1 if he couldn't figure it out. Now it looks like he's trending in a better direction and stuff. Still got work to do, but the salvage job that the coaching and the organization has done, not only with their own players, but going out and getting a Trey Sweeney, for something to put back in the lineup, you tip your hat, and it goes to AJ Hinch putting it all together. So we'll see.
Let's do this. Let's take the break. And look at that. We spawned a segment, everybody, that wasn't on the sheet, because I have a question for the people about this Tigers run. It relates to the Red Wings, D-Mac, by the way. So you tell them about Dispo. Real quick, Woodward Sports chat thread, John F. Engler, top five. Yes, top 5 moms. Bad moms, good moms. You'll never know who came up with this one. Hot moms. Top 5 moms coming up a little bit later on today. Tell them about Dispo, D-Mac.
Absolutely. How would you like $10 of free products from Dispo Dispensary? What do you got to do? You screenshot this image with the QR code and bring it into any Dispo location. You'll get a free $10 to spend in store with a minimum purchase of $25. That one right there. Screen it now. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or DispoShops.com. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for Woodward merch. That's right, shop.woodwardsports.com. I don't know if you know this or not, but it's election season. I picked that up yesterday somehow, some way. Campbell Holmes, that's my ballot. That's who I'm voting for. Why not? If you can fix the Lions, you can fix the world, everybody. Shop.woodwardsports.com. The Welcome to Detroit t-shirt as well, all of it. The best in Detroit sports wearables. Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Silent Mike is here. He's raising a ruckus. We got Spencer Raxter, and we're doing it, everybody. Jump into that chat. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel and jump in there. Salty pork chops. Neil, do you think Hinch considers moving Scooble start to Friday versus Thursday so he gets game 1 of the Baltimore series? No, salty pork chops, because as it sits right now, he's on pace to throw the final game of the season. If you move it back, you're in danger of losing that. You need Scooble to pitch as many times as possible.
And I want Scooble to play the Rockies so he can get an easy win.
Get an easy dub.
Yeah, buff those Triple Crown stats up a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. And lock up that Cy Young award. All right, I promised a question for the people, D-Mac. And Steve Lehman, Neil and D-Mac. Steve Lehman, what up? Alan Lee, Holmes Campbell 28. We fixed the Lions in half a term.
It's true.
They should have been up there on the podium last night, man.
I was watching Walking Dead last night.
Skydog thought I got blocked again. Didn't have the option thing he said on all messages. Skydog, I didn't block you, so so get on in there.
Yeah, hop in the chat.
Hop in there. Get your
Only
thoughts.
person I block is cats. That's just a joke, a fun thing. Little goof.
You do it for you.
Yeah, I do it for me.
You don't do it for the show.
He always comes back. Always finally,
And it's fun.
Yeah,
it's become
fun.
like a bit. All right, D-Mac, question for the people / comment for the people. I just wonder, this is me thinking, I wonder then, are the people going to be consistent how they were with the Red Wings? Are they going to be consistent with the Tigers? And say, man, we're going on a decade. You didn't get in the playoffs. It's time to ask some questions. Are they going to be the same way? Because remember, that's the way they were, right? Despite the fact that there's been nothing but linear growth with the Red Wings, and you should be more excited now than any moment you've been about the Red Wings in the last decade, because that's the vibes I'm getting with people about the Tigers right now. The vibes with the Tigers are, let's go. The foundation looks great. Let's do it. So why aren't people that way with the Wings if they're that way with the Tigers? That's my question, I guess.
I don't really understand how to do it, because I just look to the why you're in the position that you're in, and the difference is, right? You realize in the last 10 years, well, Steve Yzerman's been there, this is his 7th year, or whatever it is, but then when you untangle it more with the salary cap and the bad contracts and stuff like this, it doesn't matter. Do you see progress? Have they gotten better? Yeah, I mean, this is a big year for them, because teams all around them have gotten good. They were on the outside looking in. Did they do enough in net? Did they do enough with the young guys? Time will tell. But with the Tigers, I mean, it was like ineptitude and no hope for a long time. Then they made a change. So this is a totally different, not only the regime change with A.J. Hinch, but now you have Scott Harris. And you got to let Scott Harris cook a little bit, because I like what they're doing. Now there's questions to be added, but maybe because you see a future and you see this progress happening, that moves will be made quicker than later now, right? Going into this off season, and we'll see what it is. The biggest questions is, are you going to buy out Baez, and are you going to, add that bat this off season, and maybe that arm? So we don't know what the Jackson or the guys in the minors, the Jobs. And
Jackson Jobe, by the way, officially the number 2 prospect in baseball.
So there you go. So is he getting fast tracked to different things?
He should be in your starting rotation.
So here's the thing: being a Tiger fan today, on September 11th, man, just even go back to August 11th or just go to July. It stunk then. Now you see the sun. Now I can see the horizon, I can see the sun out there. It's got a nice day. It's not cloudy. So I see a lot of the different things. A lot of it is just I think you mentioned it, Neil. Do people realize, how impactful that Parker Meadows is? Pretty much usually when what happens to a guy like that was sort of fringe at a young age, he goes down and you never hear from him again. Or you hear he gets traded to another team and traded to another team, and then he's on 6 different teams. So the organization and what's been done in Toledo is just as responsible for getting guys going. And I agree with people I've seen in the chat. I'm not sold on Torque yet, but I see a path that I didn't see before. And it starts with plate discipline and stuff like that. If he doesn't, and I see all of them, and I see youth. So I see something that you can build with, and it goes back to when I realize this is sort of what AJ Hinch.
See,
had.
I can't even tell if you're talking about the Wings or the Tigers right now.
So that's it, right?
I can't even tell the difference.
So that's the progress. Now the thing is that I know is that I'm entertained, right? I'm entertained by both, and I want to see this progress, and I can buy into certain players. And there's guys now in the Tigers that are going to be here for a long time. I already got my Scooble jersey, and hopefully that's the case. So, and the Wings the same way, right? Look how exciting it was and the way the building was at the end of the season, and they came up short. So, I mean, times have changed. Just look at, we haven't had this for a long time. I always said, imagine being a young sports fan in this town. When do you really develop your sportsdom?
In your teens, probably.
But you recognize and know at a young age, you go to the game 5, 6, 7, right? So from 5, 6, and 7, so 17-year-olds, so born in
my son,
like 2005 or later and stuff like this is it's just man, Detroit sucks.
Yeah, that's my son,
right? So and they don't even have the ability to have apathy. Right? They have other favorite teams and favorite players. So hopefully now that changes.
Sue Yu says Wings choked, didn't get in the playoffs. And again, we did that dance before, Sue Yu. You're upset that a 500 team went 500. I'll never understand it. So you expect that 16-4 run to be the norm, and then when that levels out, when the water finds its level, then it's a choke job. They were never that. They were never a 16-4 team. Just like this Tigers team right now, they're 19-9 in the last month or whatever, 28 days, whatever that number is. They're 19-9.
I would say that's outplaying their ability.
100%. And if this flames out, if the Orioles come in here, they play the Orioles 6 more times. They lose 5 of 6 to the Orioles and get cooked and they're out. Does that make it not real?
No.
What happened? No. It is real.
It is real.
Spenny, I'm curious to get your take on this whole thing right here.
I think it is real, and I love it. I love baseball. I love when the Tigers are good. I love going down to Comerica and experiencing, meaningful September baseball games. And I think it's real, even if they don't make the playoffs, because it's the young guys that are the driving force of this. It is the Parker Meadows, the Colt Keiths, the Riley Greens, Kerry Carpenters, Trey Sweeneys, Tariq Scoop. It's the guys you expect to be around here. Guys that you look at this core and you're like, all right, when we're good, they can be driving factors in that. And that's what I needed to see out of them. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing them being the most important part of our team, out of our lineup, while we're winning baseball games, fighting for a playoff spot. So that proves to me that this core can get it done when the Tigers are actually good for a whole year. They just need to add some supplementary veterans at third base or shortstop or a catcher or wherever you want, one bat, and you're a playoff team.
Right, and they got a Cy Young winning pitcher.
Yes.
And that changes everything.
And that too, they're doing this with having one and a half pitchers.
Spenny.
They have no starters. Reese Olson hasn't pitched in months. Mize hasn't pitched in months. They traded
Spenny,
Flaherty.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
AJ Hinch, manager of the year. I don't care how this ends. I will die on that hill.
Chris Fetter should be the highest paid bench coach in the MLB. He is the singular most important coach in Major League Baseball.
Are we not giving the bullpen?
Bullpens, yeah. Tyler Holton, Shelby Miller picked it back up. Jason Foley's been good in the closing role. It's Chris Fetter is one of the best coaches in sport. Not just in the MLB, not in America.
Careful, he's a Michigan guy.
I know. I'll give credit where credit is due.
That? Look at
Chris Fetter
shining shoes.
Chris Fetter,
He's shining a Michigan guy's shoes.
Yeah, he's one of the best coaches in all of sports. Like, he should be the highest paid bench coach in MLB, period.
And again, Fetter and AJ Hinch both are doing this with they're doing this with the third lowest payroll in baseball. And it's $106 million payroll. And for as far as I'm concerned, you can take Javi Baez off that.
Yeah.
Because that's a lost investment. So if you take that off of there, they are sitting at $81 million. They would be $1 million more than Oakland.
That's
insane. What they're doing it with.
It's insane. It's insane. Like I said, it's the young guys. It's the guys you put there that are either already signed to this team long term, like Colt Keith, gonna get signed to this team long term very shortly, like Terry Skubal and Riley Green, or guys like Kerry Carpenter and Trey Sweeney that are young, that are filling roles, that are making plays. Parker Meadows, like you said, when Parker Meadows got sent down, I thought he was dead too.
Gone forever.
When Spencer Torkelson got sent down again, I thought he was dead. But they came back up. They made some adjustments. Parker Meadows looks like the best damn center fielder in baseball, not playing for the Yankees. Like, the guy has been electric. He's been tearing the cover off the ball for 2 months. He's got a 900 OPS his last, 14 games or something like that. They're like 28-9 when Parker Meadows plays in the past couple months. It's just crazy.
No, it is. It's absolutely insane. I want to take a segment on it. But what about my claim real quick, Spenny? Are people going to keep that same energy about the
Red Wings?
The Red Wings that they did with the Tigers?
The Red Wings' expectations are much higher.
No, I'm coming into last year.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's going to be they're going to be way – I think because the Lions are playing, then they'll accept the Tigers not making the playoffs easier than they did because the Red Wings, all we had was the Pistons.
Right.
But the Tigers don't make the playoffs. All right, we got a Lions game in a couple days.
That's absurd.
I know. It's literally the same exact thing. It is the same exact thing.
I couldn't tell if D-Mac was talking about the Red Wings or the Tigers.
Yeah.
It is. It's wild to me.
Max Clark is coming, salty pork chops.
2 years.
Max Clark.
2 years.
I love this kid. I love this kid. He is so good. He is going to be the first.
He made me watch West Michigan games, man.
Yeah, he drives in runs. That's all he does.
It's a violent swing.
Does he give you Bryce Harper swing vibes?
Yeah. It's in that family.
Yeah,
he doesn't have that kind of power, but he's in that. He's reckless. His swing is violent.
In the batter's box, he gives me that. But not the power. But who has Bryce Harper power?
He's going to have the most aura for the Tigers since Victor Martinez. The kid's got drip. I love Max Clark. I think he's
dripping everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Came through dripping. We need that as a drop, Silent Mike. D-Mac right there. All right. Let's do this. Let's do the break, everybody. Hey, Woodward Sports, Lions pregame. We got you covered better than anybody in this city. That is a fact. That is not opinion. Sundays, 8 to 9 a.m. Terry Foster and Matthew Broder. You know he's a Michigan man, everybody. Terry Foster, Matthew Broder, they get you going. They get everything set up. They got the insider info and all of that, and slide right into Sean Belizean and myself on the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show live at Second Best, 42 Watson Street. We'll be out there at 10 a.m. this Sunday. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. They bring it to you as well. Mix them together. It's Sunday morning. You got the whole afternoon to sober up after the game. Lions, Buccaneers this Sunday. Come downtown, stop, and it's a great spot, everybody. Second best, 42 Watson Street. We're doing it better than anyone. No one covers football in this town like Woodward Sports Network. And while we're at it, everybody, hey, that's right. Welcome into the fold, Caesars Sportsbook. What if I told you could place any bet up to $1,000, and if you lose, you get that bet back, huh? You think that's crazy talk? Scan the QR code on the screen right now. Enter code Woodward1000. And if your first bet doesn't hit, you'll get your deposit bet back up to $1,000. That's right. Up to $1,000 back just for trying it out, everybody. Minimum bet's just $20. Whatever that bet is, you lose, Caesars will give it back to you. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Clean interface. I like using Caesars Sportsbook. You can navigate it. Everything's right there in front of you. You don't have to go searching for stuff. It's clean, everybody. You know that matters, by the way, in this whole sportsbook game. That matters. Easily to navigate. Use promo code Woodward1000. Scan the QR code on the screen. It'll take you right there. In honor of the new partnership, I have a late night Saturday get right that I will give to you at some point today, everybody. So get signed up now and then pounce on it. And then you'll get it. Hey, if I'm wrong, you'll get it back. The get right for free?
Yeah.
Woodward 1000, Caesars Sportsbook.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices at all the conveniences, the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They are family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local, curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
All right. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. That guy's Darren McCarty. Perhaps you're familiar with his work. 4-time Stanley Cup champion, everybody. 4 times. Silent Mike's in the sound booth. He's talked about 4 times in his life. 4 times. Spencer Hexter in the building. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Skydog. Neil, at a time when many teams are playing AAA guys, weak excuse for your Tigers. Hey, Skydog, you know what you're doing right now? You're going down the checklist. I'm calling every time I see that. You know how people have the checklist?
Yeah. I don't understand why people are just so miserable, man. Enjoy good baseball. Enjoy fun baseball.
Yeah, they played a perfect baseball game last night.
Yes.
Perfect. Now, they didn't get rewarded because they didn't gain any ground, but as D-Mac said, they didn't lose any ground. The Rockies thing, though, is a must. And the further we go into this, D-Mac, where the Tigers sitting at right now. 145 games. There's 17 games left. You cannot afford to lose to the Rockies.
No, you cannot. You need to. If you want to make the playoffs, to keep your playoff hope alive, very slim playoff hopes as it is, you need to sweep the Rockies, and you need the Twins to lose, which they won last night, unfortunately. Thanks, Angels. Way to never do anything worth anything.
They beat them yesterday.
Poverty franchise.
They beat them Tuesday, I mean.
Yeah, but they lost yesterday.
That's all you can ask for, dude.
No, I need anybody that plays the Twins needs to beat them.
No, but Spenny, I want to put that out there because it goes to show you, even a loss to the Rockies cripples you.
Pretty much ends you.
Yeah, but that's
because you're not sweeping the Orioles.
Because I want to just warn everybody, D-Mac. That's the thing. Because I feel like people are going that Red Wings route right now, where they're going to be like crushed if they don't get in, and it's still an absurd long. There's 17 games left. They're 3 back. If they lose, it's crushing. It's crushing if you lose to the Rockies. But, you know, it's not It's not terrible. They got here. They got
It's still
to this
so hard to get there because
Yeah.
you need so much to happen in front of you. Just the fact that they let you tune in and you want to hear the subtle tones of Double D, Dan Dickerson. Spenny, there's a lot of chatter going on. My people that you Collinsworth better on.
Yeah,
that
that was a good one. I definitely did. He deserves it. If anyone deserves to be Collinsworth, it's Chris Fetter.
Chris Collinsworth right now is saying, damn, Spen, you better come up for air.
Hey, he deserves it. The man has saved the season. Look what he's doing
favorite
with one
Flannel.
starter.
I literally, when I saw that clip, Flannel talking about Collinsworth Swallower, I fucking lost my shit. I told Flannel yesterday, but hey, Spenny, sometimes you got to.
He deserves it.
Hey, deservedly so. Deservedly so.
Just a fan. I read that Job may come to the club before the season ends. I would doubt that.
Nick Lucido said, now here's a guy. Look at Matt Stafford. Now here's a guy who can make all the throws. I hate Chris Collinsworth. He sucks. He sucks.
What happened
Him
to him?
and Romo suck.
Chris Collinsworth used to be good.
So did Tony Romo for like a year.
I told you guys this, what happened with Tony Romo.
It caught up to him.
The cycle of terminology in the
Changed.
NFL changed,
Yeah.
and once it changes and you're not in it anymore, it's over for you.
Jim. Jim.
How
I
is
don't
Brady?
know.
Brutal. I thought
Brady
he was brutal.
sucked. Yeah, Brady wasn't good. He was nervous. He was
Talking in
staticky.
cliches, monotone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. They've decided, like the networks have decided, like you will like the broadcast people that they deem. You know, like they've decided that. So you'll like it.
I think Brady will get better. He's just got to loosen up a little bit. He's nervous.
Like wrestling.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're gonna take what we give you, not what you want.
But the moral of the story is like you can't just drop a guy in an NFL booth at 4:00, week number 1 of the NFL, in one of the premier 4:00 games,
I wouldn't
and expect
think.
it to go well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think.
Greg
you
Olson's
mean there's
good,
something?
man.
Wait a sec. Spoken from a guy who performs in a booth. You mean there's stuff that goes into it?
No,
There's
contrary
a
to what-
comfortability and there's
Contrary to what my wife says, you don't just show up and quote bullshit for 2 hours on TV. That's legit what she thinks.
well, that's what we.
She's
do.
like, "Oh, you mean Saturday you work for 2 hours?" Yeah, no, I was on camera for 2 hours. Like,
yeah, it doesn't understand what goes into before.
I
the
didn't just
prep.
show up and be like, "All right, turn the camera on, let's go." You know, so that's what's funny.
No,
about
but
it.
it's one of those things that it's repetition. He just needs reps, and hopefully we've seen it that'll get better, and he sticks with it, and hopefully that competitiveness in him will do that.
Pete Smith, Brady sounded like everything he said he read from an iPad that he had just thrown on the bench. Django, Brady has to deflate a little bit. Hey, I like that one. Hey yo. Chuck Brewer, Neil, they don't normally drop you in the noon game between two bad teams that nobody watches. LOL. Even when they do that, when they do drop you in there, like you do,
Still got to prepare.
yeah, you do the week leading up to it.
I like Greg Olson. I
do
think,
too.
I think
I
Greg
like Greg
Olson is
Olson a
better than
lot.
Tony Romo. I think he's better than Chris Collinsworth. And I think he's better than Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady will get better, but I like Greg Olson a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
But the problem is this.
I like Hakeem Talib. He was funny.
He was funny.
He was real.
Yeah.
Like you felt like that was the genuine.
Is he still
Hakeem
doing it?
Talib.
No.
Did he slip up or something?
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, it is, but the broadcast thing has become such a name, like they need a name. Like Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson
Yeah.
is not like, it's not a
Doesn't grab you.
it doesn't grab you. Like it's
Yeah.
not a slice of Americana like Joe Buck is. Say what you want about Joe Buck.
I hate Joe Buck.
But see my point though. You know what I'm saying?
No, but Neil, to your point, and this is amazing because when you're looking around
Tate's
for
rough.
a game, when there's a bunch on the 1 o'clocks or whatever, and there's a team that you don't have a vetted interest in, I'll look for.
I'll look
those-
for Kevin Harlan.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but there's a
Mike
check,
Breen.
right? But you'll checklist when you're flipping games. But think about it, because usually that's when I get into and if you have red zone, I mean, it makes it that's the easy way. But if you do flip channels, right? Think about how when you get the announcers that bring you into the game, that you end up getting caught in a game more. You wanted to flip back because there's
Right.
a red zone, but the entertainment. And I think that the story that then with Greg Olson as a color guy is he paints that picture of being in the game. Even though he's freshly out of it, he can relate a lot of stuff that a lot of us who haven't played can understand.
Mike O. Brady should have been an intern like Jesus. That probably would have been a good,
I mean,
good way
Nobody
to go.
should.
think they
Nobody
should-
should ever be an intern like Jesus.
Yeah.
Take that, Jesus.
No, but again, it's what, and we got kind of off on a tangent there. Cody Engel, Ermanni is Michigan's Collinsworth, said Brady did good. He did not.
No, he did not do good. Oh, did Ryan say
yeah.
it? Probably. He's Joel Klatt, you know. Can't say no wrong.
Boy, they seemed
Joel Klatt sucks too.
well.
Dude, just
That
throws
broadcast
Michigan.
booth seemed down
Yeah,
on Saturday.
and Texas scores a touchdown. Haha.
They were like the number 3 team in the nation, right? Like,
Neil, to the point about
One of the biggest
having
brands
a
outside
name
of
in the
Michigan
booth,
country.
though, isn't it about sponsor money? Isn't it about getting sponsor money? Or
oh yeah, no doubt. There's an angle to that. It's just like everyone that gets upset about it, like you shouldn't be surprised by it because it's not designed to have the best broadcaster there, because people wouldn't go for that. Again, Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson, man, that's not a household name. That's not a household tandem. And that's what they go by. They don't go by the best broadcaster. They just don't. And I fully understand that. Fully understand it. It's got to pop, man. Chuck, Neil, Ryan was critical of Hutch. He couldn't be harsh on 2 Michigan guys in the same week.
I think he should have done the other way around. I think he should have been raving for Hutch and what he did and been critical on Brady.
There you go. Absolutely. Okay. Hey, we're going to do the football when we come back. That was kind of a little side tangent we do. We got a good Lions thing to go to. But if you want a good haircut, we got a spot for you to go to.
Absolutely. Ray here. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy, get an amazing haircut. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop and sit back, relax. Let one of the Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supplies has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians to take the time to recommend security and automated solutions specific to your needs. All Guardian wants you to do is call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring, call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. Just call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care, whether it's business, whether it's pleasure. Guardian doesn't care. Just give them a call. 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of losing to the Rockies, please, Tigers.
Stay out of winning, Twins. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Guardian Alarm, your local security experts. Tell them Big D Energy. We sent you.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Man, look at those wings from Soroki's in the back.
I'm getting some this weekend for sure. Oh, we're going to have them at the watch parties. We're doing Soroki's first downs. So every time
Oh, yeah?
they had a first down, we get some Soroki's.
Up at Hay Social?
Yep. Hopefully they got the biscuits in there.
Get the biscuits in the basket.
I think the second quarter might have to be become a thing for me.
Hey, yeah. Dude, of course.
If they got Siroki's.
We're going to have Siroki's.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some Tangerine Space Machine and the taller long drinks.
Dude, taller long drinks, by the way.
Yeah.
Bro.
They hit. I'm excited. I love Tangerine Space Machine. That's a great beer.
So that one is a beer?
Yes.
Okay. Because the long drinks are the gin,
long
botanical
drinks.
stuff. So.
Yeah. The Tangerine Space Machine is a fantastic beer.
Okay. Let's go, everybody. Let's go.
And I think it's going to be, I don't know if this is confirmed yet or not, but a New Holland Brewing touchdown. Every time we get a touchdown, I'm going to probably shotgun one of those beers.
Are you really?
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a long year. We're going to have damn good offense. Good thing we don't play
Is Danny
Carolina.
Raxter going to be in attendance Sunday?
Yeah, he's got to drive Spenny home.
I'm going to tell him to come up, yeah. He might have to drive me home, depending on how many touchdowns we score. But, yeah, he should be there. My mom and my aunts are probably going to be popping in different occasions and stuff.
Might have to make an appearance.
I'm just saying, everybody. All right, jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Brandon Katz, every single number one receiver torches Detroit. Glenn plays too much man coverage every year. And it's funny, like, because I told you guys that the further we've gotten away from that, the more I look at it. And every single day, I become more pleased with the way their defense played. I know that's not the narrative that's going around from, shows on the flagship station, the cat spots of the world and stuff like that. I don't know, man. Like, for me,
I'm good.
If it takes Cooper Kupp 14 catches to get to 110 yards,
yes,
and Matt Stafford 50 throws to get to 300, we will win that game 100 times out of 100.
Yeah, see, what I saw out of it wasn't the same. What Cooper Kupp did week 1 versus what we saw Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb, and Puka Nacua do against this defense last year are completely different. Last year, it was down the field, deep shots, wide open, stuff like that. Cooper Kupp, it was 3-yard catches, 4-yard, 5-yard
because that's
catches.
all that was allowed.
That's all that was open. And like I said, he ran 400-plus yards of pre-snap motion. They were fighting to get him open the entire game.
And we made tackles. That's what looked different. The eyeball test, and we're going to get better in that aspect. So we did enough to win. Yes, there were some things to improve on, but it looked different, Neil. Didn't it? It looked different, and that's a defense you can win with. You can win a championship with. They're only going to get better. It'll be interesting to see, not only how healthy DJ Reader is this week, but, the impact he's going to have.
Jake says, number one wide receivers torch every team. That's why they are number one wide receivers. And that's true also. That is certainly true also. And, again, every game is in a vacuum, man, and every game has its flow. The further I get from it, the more I like it. That's the moral of the story. But we are on to Tampa Bay. Spenny asked a question. This is interesting. Does Jack Campbell losing snaps to Rodrigo and Barnes concern you? And I did notice it, and that's bad on me. And I meant to bring this up during the watch party when I was on. We saw a lot more Rodrigo than I thought that we were even prepared for.
Yep. Shout out my boy. Can't keep him off the field.
You can't, but hey, when you're down with Woodward Sports, man, you're a legend forever.
That's for sure.
And
shout out Malcolm. He made some good tackles.
Absolutely.
100% he did. Like, guys like, I think it speaks more to this, D-Mac. Guys like Malcolm Rodriguez are the guys you win with in the NFL.
Amen.
If you're a good team, you have a few Malcolm Rodriguez.
Guys
you
like
have a couple
Malcolm-
on offense, couple on defense.
I'll go deeper than that. Guys like Malcolm Rodriguez are what you win championships with in any sport.
Yes. Sam Flannel hates him.
Absolutely.
Precisely.
Because he's a grind liner.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
And the Lions do have a couple on both sides. They have Malcolm Rodriguez. They got Jalen Reeves-Maybin.
100%.
And on offense, they've got a Khalif Raymond. They got a guy in Sion Vaki who I could see becoming a piece like that further throughout the season. He got a couple snaps. He got one at fullback. I could see him getting a couple handoffs. Khalif Raymond obviously had that big end around to start overtime. Like, they've got guys that are reliable, that are damn good football players, that don't need the spotlight, that get their snaps here and there and make plays when they're given the opportunity, like Malcolm, like Germ, and like Khalif Raymond on the offense.
And we get into this in Cat Spot.
Sam also, Flannel, said Rodrigo aren't worth the roster. Well, Sam also said that Jameson Williams is a bust. So
that is true.
Take it for what it is. I mean,
notice the trend.
The
with
more
that guy.
do you not know that guys like Flannel and Katz or whatever, you want to be opposite of what their opinion is to know that you're right.
Yeah.
More times than not, that's my thinking. It's to use them as a gauge.
Broder makes a good point in the Woodward Sports chat. He said, "Could Skipper be put in that character for sure?" He's
Absolutely.
in that
Well, I said you get one or two on each side of the ball.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Cat Spot. Neil with a pathetic take. Rodrigo was a 6th-round pick. This is a pathetic take. All right, Cat Spot. See, here's the deal with people like
you're a 6th-round pick 3 years ago.
I know. See, and here's the thing too that people forget. Like Cat Spot ties that to him for the rest of his career. You know when that's over, Cat Spot? The second after they say your name in the draft. The second after they say your name in the draft, that's over. Like it's 100% over.
Now you're a Detroit Lion.
You're an NFL player.
Yeah.
After your name gets called, you're an NFL player, then it's up to you and it's up to your talent from there on out. And Rodrigo has proven throughout this. And he's had the ups and the downs. He came out on the scene, and look, the Lions roster necessitated at the year he was drafted that he had to be a starting linebacker as a 6th-round pick. The roster necessitated it. That's where they were as a franchise. As they accumulated talent.
He put up 87 tackles. It was a sixth-round pick.
And now as they acquired talent, that things kind of worked out to the way that they were supposed to be. As they got more pieces put in here, his role diminished, and then how does he bounce back from that?
Now he's a special teams demon, and he
plays fullback, and that's his angle.
Yes, and
that's his angle right now. You got to have guys like that.
Need them.
You absolutely have to have guys like that.
Look at the New England Patriots, one of the biggest dynasties of our entire lives. Yes, you talk obviously Brady and Gronk and all. You know who was also a part of every single one of those teams and was one of the most touted players on their roster? Matthew Slater.
Right.
Matthew Slater, Pro Bowler,
and
All-Pro every single year.
Those guys get that lore because the team wins. D-Mac, you familiar with that at all?
Yeah.
No idea what you're talking about.
If you go play for the Phoenix Coyotes in your career, does it end the same?
No, but different role.
Absolutely.
Play more minutes, play more of a scoring role, probably have better stats, but not championship.
And that's it. And that's all. I've known you 10 years, man. It doesn't matter if you're playing in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, if we're playing in a golf outing at Chandler Park.
I want to win.
You are obsessed with it.
Dial it in.
Obsessed with it.
Why would I be, no matter what it is, it's just the way I'm wired.
Yeah. And that's it. Like me, I'm a momentum guy. Once we get the vibes going and stuff like that, then we feed off each other and we're good. But you want to win. It doesn't matter what it is. That's the way that you are.
And certain things you have an ability to will, right? There's a will to put you in the energy in the vortex that there's no question. Right, it's gonna get done, and when you have those guys, and then you surround that with talent and the work ethic and stuff like this, that's how you build that culture. So that's part of their culture, having those dogs, having those guys that do all the little work. Spenny, you mentioned one that gets recognition, Reeves-Maben.
Yep. Right,
how valuable it is. Well, the Lions told you how valuable he is by making sure that they re-sign him as one of the highest paid special teams guys. Right, he's a leader in that locker room.
Captain again this year.
Abs 100%. Right,
Yep.
So those are the glue guys, as they say.
And when he's thrown into the defense, he makes plays. I forget what game it was.
If he couldn't make the plays and they didn't have the confidence, he wouldn't be out there.
Exactly. And that's just proof. It's the difference between this and regimes past. You got guys like that you drafted, that you signed.
No,
you brought back
100%.
the Quinn Tricia regime. Didn't see the importance of Cameron Reeves or Jalen Reeves-Maben, excuse me, and let him walk. Holmes and Campbell, they bring him back because they could see what type of player he is.
That is wild. Cat Spot said you can't judge success in a vacuum. That there has to be a bar, and he said the bar is where he was picked. No, that's just not the way it works.
That's the most ludicrous thing.
And you know what, Catspot? I'll go. Okay, you know what? Then let's do it. Show me the 6th-round picks in the NFL right now. Show them to me. Show them to me. Show me their contributions.
Show me all the 6th-round picks.
Every 6th-round pick. Tell me where they are right now. All of them.
Yep. Pavel Datsyuk was taken the 171st overall, so his bar's real low. Henrik Zetterberg was taken in the 10th round or something. But
here's the thing now, Spenny, the difference between 2024, I don't care where you play on this planet, you can't hide.
Yes.
Somebody's going to see you through a video, right? Back in the day, that's when the scouting staff outworked, and you've heard of the name Håkan Andersson, the Swedish scout, but you can get the Lidstroms later, or the Datsyuks, or the Zetterbergs, the Holmstroms, all these guys, because nobody's seen them play.
Berm brings up a good point.
Usually
show me the 6th-round picks that are linebackers that have interceptions in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah. Michael says Deion Branch played wideout, defensive back, and special teams. It's
All right, we'll ask the question then. Actually, we're pulling up to the second hour. We gonna do top 5?
We can do top 5.
Ready to do top 5?
And really dive into the lines.
Top 5 Wednesday, everybody. Let's get into it. We'll start with some Swiss Insurance.
Yeah, now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. How do you do that? Swiss Insurance, they will, of course, make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. So call my buddy Mark, Swiss Insurance, today, 313-530-1698, or go to SwissINS.com.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
What's up, everybody? Still time to join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit, the Boys and Girls Club, the Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League. Football League, Cheer League. They offer youth ages 5 to 14, 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. Here's the deal, guys. All the coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks. You can register for football or cheer. Still time, by the way, bgcsm.org. And this is pretty neat, too. Equipment, meals, and transportation are all included, and a chance to play for a championship at Ford Field, just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports. Hour number 2, everybody, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule. That guy's Darren McCarty. He's a big breakfast guy, even at lunchtime.
Breakfast is the best.
Hunter, I do.
I am a huge breakfast food guy.
I have added eggs to the lineup.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing some research on them and stuff like that. Eggs and avocado every morning, man.
I've been trying to cut back on carbs a little bit, but if you put a plate of biscuits and gravy in front of me, I will tear that shit up. I love biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy's elite.
Oh, yeah.
My grandfather was from Tennessee, and he would make them from flour.
Oh yeah, as my nana used to make them.
He had flour, and then an hour later it was biscuits and gravy. I didn't ask questions.
Oh yeah, it's just wet flour on top of dry flour that was wet flour.
That's it.
It's so good.
It is. We got Silent Mike here in the building. He's been electric today with his drop-ins.
Great takes. Silent Mike takes her epic.
Silent Mike, you know you get the people going, right? Yeah. I know you do. I know you do.
That's all, man. That's great stuff. I love it.
Silent Mike is the best bit in Woodward's history.
Oh, for sure.
Even better than the top 5 list. Y'all ready?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Top five. Spencer Raxter, why is it a top 5
Because
list?
it's half as boring as a top 10 list.
Other shows need a top 10 list.
Yes.
We don't.
We don't need that.
We need 5 electric options. Last week, we did top 5 bad fathers.
Yes, we did.
This week, we did top 5 moms.
Yes, we did.
3 people. Silent Mike doesn't, he's not a man of many words. 3 people here, myself, Spenny, and D-Mac. It was open to interpretation.
It was.
And lo and behold, we got
interpreted it
3 different interpretations of the list.
Yeah.
Spencer Raxter. Well, I'll save yours for last. D-Mac went top 5 moms.
I will. That's
Save
why.
mine for
And
last?
I
Okay.
went. That's why the interpretation when I got it, I was unclear. But Spenny's text said top 5 moms, so I went top 5 of my favorite moms.
Yeah.
Number 5, got to be Stacy's mom. I mean, because she's got it going
Hey,
on.
She does have it going on.
All I want, and I've waited for so long.
Yeah.
So number 4, America's favorite mom. Actually, we used to call my buddy Chico, his mom, we call her Peg, because she reminded us of Peg Bundy.
Oh,
She
yeah.
had the hair more than anything.
Well, you know what, though, D-Mac? We have some controversy then.
Why?
Because I have Peggy Bundy on my top 5 moms list as well, but for different reasons.
Well, that's fine. You that is we grew up differently.
Yep.
So yes, yeah, I'm not talking on responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just talking about coolness. Yeah, I mean,
And she was hot.
Do you think? Where do you think we? One of the places we could drink underage.
And she was also Gemma.
At Peg's house.
Yeah.
She's also Gemma
That's true.
from Sons of Anarchy. Who is
That's true, but that's a bad mom.
a bad
That
mom for
should be-
sure.
she should
That's a
be-
different bad mom.
Anyways, then Carol Brady. I mean, everybody's favorite mom, especially Greg Brady's.
Yes.
But no, the fact that I think any of us who grew up with the Brady Bunch and stuff like that, that was the epicenter, along with another one, Leave It to Beaver, June Cleaver.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. The central mom. And number 1 mom.
Mama Jan.
Has the best weed, has a Mama Jan juice, always takes care of all her boys.
Shout out.
Love you, Mama Jan. Shout out, number 1, Mama Jan.
Shout out Mama Jan.
And she's here in the chat somewhere, so there you go.
There you go. Top 5 bad moms.
That's a good one.
No, but that was top 5 of my
Yeah.
Top
favorite
5 moms.
Yeah, top 5 moms,
moms.
but bad mom.
Bad mom.
Yeah, badass mom.
Yeah,
That's
badass
what
mom.
it is.
Yeah.
Badass mom.
So there you go. There's that one.
That's what it
one
should've been.
interpretation.
That is.
Let's go over to Spenny's top
Okay.
5 bad moms. As you might imagine, a slightly different interpretation of bad moms.
Yeah. All right, my top 5 bad moms. I had to do number 5. This is just the straight interpretation because she was a bad mom. I put Casey Anthony at number 5. Had to put her out there because she's a bad mom. Not good, bad.
Like, she's the one that strapped her kids into a car and drove it into a lake.
Yeah,
right?
that kind of bad mom.
I will say this. This was the most uncomfortable I'd ever been in show research before.
Yeah, that's why I just threw that one in, and then I went bad mom's like, damn, she's bad. At number 4, I got Ana de Armas. I'm in love with her. She's not a mother, but I said Ana de Armas after we meet. So after, I got a night with her, she'll be a bad mom.
You're projecting.
Projecting
Oh, okay,
the motherhood.
Bun her up.
Bun her up. She is one of the hottest, like the most attractive women I've ever seen in my entire life.
Hold on. We
what's
got some controversy.
What's she in?
She's in the new James Bond movie. She's the lead female in I forget what the new one's called, but yeah.
Let's
She's
go
in Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling. That's a great movie.
Let's go Red Wing Sparty. You got to remember, Casey Anthony didn't do it, allegedly.
Yeah, all right.
So, Spenny, your list
I
is
am not
bullshit.
claiming Casey Anthony as our OJ. She did that shit. At number 3, who actually is a mom and is one of the hottest women of my life. She's been hot my whole life. Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek, like, oh my goodness. Quentin Tarantino.
She's a bad mom.
Quentin Tarantino is a genius for putting himself in the role to drink tequila off of her feet. Very smart man.
Jesus.
At number 2,
From Dusk Till Dawn, if anybody wants to see
Dusk
the
Till
movie.
Dawn, fantastic movie. At number 2, I got Mrs. Incredible. Come on.
Yeah.
Mrs. Incredible, that's a bad mom. She's a baddie.
Yeah.
And, she can fit any shape you want. It's for sure. And then,
oh my God.
at number one,
like
for
elastic.
baddest moms out there, I got your mom.
Of course you do.
Yeah, there we go.
Of course you do.
That's my top 5 bad moms.
Spencer Raxter's top 5 bad moms. All right, for me, my top 5 bad moms out there. Number 5, Helen Boucher, Bobby Boucher's mom.
Oh, yeah.
Shits all over the kids' dreams. Mm-hmm. Lies to them.
Stacy's mom was on D-Mac's list today.
Yeah, fakes being sick to keep him out of playing the football game. And he's trying to get ahead. He's having a good time in life. Helen Boucher, I know you came off as somebody good at the end, but you're a piece of shit mom.
Yeah.
You absolutely are.
For sure.
Number 4, Honey Boo Boo's mom.
Yes.
Ooh.
Do I need to say more?
Do not need to
Mama
say anymore.
June.
Do not need to say more. Number 3, Peggy Bundy. How about this?
Controversy strikes.
How about this? Al Bundy goes to the shoe store every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Works his
Deals
ass
with
off.
the public. Grinds all the time. Does it all. You sit your ass on the couch and eat bonbons all day long, watching TV. You're not contributing to the bottom line.
Oh, come on, Neil.
What did she do?
We know what she does.
What did she do?
She's got that Gawk 9000. You better believe that.
Sure. Okay, sure. They never let you know that on the show, though.
No, it's implied.
She brought nothing to the table. Nothing.
Ow.
Piece of shit mom, Peggy Bundy, all the way. Number 2. And if number 1 wasn't so heinous, number 2 should be number 1. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm bitter I didn't make her number 1. Kate McAllister. How you going to leave your kid at home?
Yeah.
You're going to Europe.
And then you lose him in New York.
You lose him in New York.
Yeah.
Clearly, he should have been taken away from you after the first one.
Definitely not suitable to be a parent.
And she did it twice.
Yeah.
She did it twice. It's unbelievable to me. God, you know what? Kate McAllister, number 1. No, 1A.
That's fair.
1A, 1B, whatever.
I had to look up your number 1. I was like, damn.
Number 1, Mommy Dearest. To this day, the most uncomfortable I saw this movie when I was a kid. The most uncomfortable I've ever been.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Was it Joan Crawford, right? How can you even play that role?
Yeah.
I thought about wire hangers my entire childhood after I seen that.
That's tough. That's tough.
It is. And I'll back this up by saying you, the people in the chat, are wrong for coming up with this one. Because Google bad moms.
Yeah, that's tough to go through.
And read some of the shit you read.
We had to keep this light.
Yeah.
Casey Anthony was obviously the worst one.
No doubt. And I had her on the list originally. I was like,
it's dark.
I can't talk about
It's really
this.
dark.
There was another one that I told Spenny about pre-show that I will not talk about here to the public. So that was it. D-Mac should. George Ribble, you're right. Kate McAllister should be number 1, as a matter of fact. And then I'm guessing a heavyweights fan, Octo Romero. Mrs. Bundy got them double Ds.
She does for sure.
5-7 Woodward heavyweights.
Mrs. Bundy was stacked up for sure. I really wanted to put one of my specific friends' mom, because she was super hot. Growing up, one of my best friends growing up, his mom was fine, but I didn't do it. But you know who you are.
Adiz 411, the mom throw mama from the train.
I could have done it. Somebody should have given it to me. I would have thrown it in.
That's true.
But yeah, there are a lot. I'll just say it like this: there's a lot of piece of shit moms out there in the world. A lot. For all the run they get, there are a few out there.
Yes.
That are grim.
More great than bad, though. Shout out to my mom. She's a great mom.
There you go. Absolutely. Why are all the comments this? Through all the stuff we bring up, you got Octo's comments, you got Let's Go Red Wings Sparty, quote, let's just say that Mrs. Bundy could float in water.
She definitely could. She just have to lay on her back.
Are you guys happy with yourself?
I am. I'm a big MILF guy. I'm a GILF guy.
Mike O, quote, MILFs greater than GILFs.
For sure. But also,
it's many, but it depends on the McGilf.
You gotta be
Stick is giving love
MILF.
for Dorothy Mantooth.
You gotta be an actual MILF. A MILF's gotta be like 35 plus. Like a hot 23-year-old single mom. Sorry, you're not an actual MILF. I mean, I'll call you a MILF if I'm trying to come over when your kids are at school, but like an actual MILF, if you're going to count it as a MILF, you got to be like 35 plus.
Donovan, what about Javi Baez's mom for allowing him to play baseball as a kid? Mom.
That's a good one.
up there with Casey Anthony.
Yes.
No, that's egregious. I will not do that one. Jack Harrington, this was the worst top 5 ever. You guys came up with it.
Yeah.
Lots of love for Dorothy Mantooth out there as well.
Yeah, Jack Harrington.
Yeah, Jack, I mean, be quiet. You're going to have to go back to your so-called arena/racetrack in like less than a month.
Your Lego ass.
Hillary Duff.
Arena.
Oh, dude, that's a good one. Another girl that's been hot my whole life.
Who's that?
Hillary Duff. She has been hot my whole... And she's 36. So
Damn,
she
is
definitely...
She really?
She is a smoke show, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Hillary
no
Duff. Oh, my goodness.
No doubt. She was the original Jennifer Love Hewitt.
She was married to Mike Comrie.
Really? Good for him.
She was... she's been hot my whole life. When I was a kid and she had her show, I was like, wow, she's hot. Now she's 36. Damn, she is hot. One of the child stars that made it out.
Absolutely.
She's like normal, too. She's a cool person.
Stick also jumped in. Quote, Stick, Joan Cleaver could, quote, get the business, unquote.
Joan Cleaver?
Absolutely.
Hey.
Joan Cleaver could get the business.
For sure.
Is that true?
That is true.
Oh, all day Spenny's going over there.
All right.
Hi, Mrs. Cleaver.
You know what?
Yeah.
Shame on me. Shame on me for not seeing this ending this way.
Hey, man.
I feel like a rookie. That was a rookie move.
I thought it was fun. I had a good time.
That was a rookie move on my part. I thought that this would become like some thought on society about bad moms. No. Dexter, it goes back to Peggy Bundy, quote, floating in water.
You ever see Dexter's Laboratory? The mom from Dexter's Laboratory, she's got a dump truck on her. It's crazy.
No, Chuck. We will not read messages about shaving the beaver or anything like that about Leave It to Beaver, okay? We're not doing that. We're going to go to break.
Let me tell you guys.
That's why I waited for the people to get it out there.
Yeah.
Just so I could hit the eject button.
That's fair.
Please.
And
get me out of here.
if you want to move to a house that has a hot mom living next door, all you got to do is hit on Mark White. Mark White will save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs. That's right. I said $5,000. Call Mark White at 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com. Again, that's $5,000. Oh, Mrs. Parker, that was a good one. Yeah.
Lots of love for Judy Jetson.
Mrs. Parker should have been on my list. But
Kelly Stafford getting some run.
No. Well, bad. Okay,
bad
not my type of bad. But yeah. Again, give Mark White a call, 248-290-8242. He'll save you up to $5,000 your closing costs. If you need to buy or sell a new home, Mark White's your spot.
All right, Sunday, 10 a.m., everybody. We are down at Second Best, 42 Watson Street. Lions pregame show brought to you by New Holland Brewing. And that's right, the New Hollands will be flowing back. Their long drink. There'll be some bourbon will be in there as well. And definitely some Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey, because it's brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey and Sabbath Coffee Roasters as well. But again, we're live at Second Best. Guys, I'm telling you, I'll be honest with you, it was my first time there. It's a great spot. They got the big screen out there with like a courtyard, cornhole, all that stuff. They got a bar out there you can buy it from. And I'm talking like a big screen with the speakers and everything like that. They got the more traditional bar. They got the windows open. It's like the garage door style windows, man. It is elite. It is my new go-to spot. And the Nashville chicken sandwich, they hooked us up with one.
Yes.
The coleslaw on it.
That looked really good.
Incredible. Guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be one of the best spots in Metro Detroit. Yeah, Second best.
I'm going to have to pop down there this week.
Guys, for real. Roll on. Even if it's not like for the pregame show or anything.
Heavyweights are going to make an appearance at Second Best a couple times this year.
Life won't be the same, everybody. Second Best, 42 Watson Street. Myself, Sean Belesian, will be there. 10 a.m. Sunday. Get out there.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive. That's right, FeldmanAuto.com. We know about Feldman Chevrolet, the #1 Chevrolet dealer in Michigan. Ryan Poulter will be on tomorrow, as a matter of fact. He went 1 and 2 in the picks, and he's not in last. So that's a step up.
Oof.
But hey, for a professional football picker, they're a hell of a sales manager there out there at Feldman Chevrolet. But guess what, guys? It's not just Feldman Chevrolet. You want a Ford, you want a Kia, whatever kind of car you want. There's 18 Feldman Automotive locations in and around the metro area. Here's the first step. First step is want a car. Second step is FeldmanAuto.com. Third step is go get your car. That's how easy it is, everybody. FeldmanAuto.com.
All right. We have a $5 super chat in there from James.
Okay.
James has been campaigning for this for a couple weeks now. He's hit me up on Twitter. He's in all the chats. He says, Neil, I am finally willing to lay my campaign for top 5 fluids.
Good.
But could I get top 5 mythical creatures as a consolation?
What is even that?
Like unicorns, minotaurs, sirens.
Cyclops.
Yeah.
Demogorgon from Straight.
Demogorgon.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. We got
shut up.
Hold on a sec. We got to.
Everybody shut up.
I say the Demogorgon from Stranger Things.
All right, why don't you just be quiet over there?
No, dude.
Right?
Wait, we got a
Neil's never heard
heartbeat.
of any of these.
Mythical creatures. We got a reaction from Silent Mike. Did anybody get that?
You know what? Okay, you know what? In honor of it being so moving that Silent Mike communicated on
He did.
I'll give it a spin.
Let's go.
I'll give it a spin. We're going to lose everybody.
The Runyon 99, dragons are real, so they don't count as a mythical creature. Just saying. There's literally a Komodo dragon.
Really?
I believe the dragons used to be real.
Can we get the audio people to get a drop of Silent Mike saying, really?
Really? Yeah, oh yeah.
That's elite.
We can get that.
Somebody
for sure.
make a note of that. I have to have that.
We can get that.
Tell KG. We'll do it.
1219.
Bob Ross said, ugh, no. You know what, guys? No one's more upset about it than me. So just save your comments about it in the chat. I hate it too. But it's not about me, and it's not about what I want.
Number one's got to be Bigfoot. Dude's got lore.
Okay. All right, everybody. Move on.
I'm going to get real nerdy with it, Neil, too. You're not...
Jesus Christ.
You're going to love it.
Man, I hope I have something to do Wednesday. All right, everybody. Let's get back to the football, shall we? We talked about the Jack Campbell thing. All right, let's just break this down, D-Mac, and get into it, because this is the talking point, and we've heard the people, the Brandon Katzbots of the world, and Freddie felt Silent Mike needs the 8 to 10 spot on Woodward Sports. Here's the deal, D-Mac. And I'll say my answer to this question is fluid. Not a top 5 fluid, but it's fluid. Spenny asked the question, are you confident in the Lions secondary going up against Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Baker Mayfield?
Yeah. As long as what it is, they can tackle. I mean, yeah, they're going to get their yards and stuff like this, but it's like we said yesterday, I'm interested to see the impact DJ Reader has. Hopefully we can get more pressure on Baker, who's not as mobile, maybe as sly as Stafford. Baker gets stubborn, right?
Yeah.
So he gets stubborn, and he's a good quarterback. His number, look what he did week 1, and looking to do it again. You mentioned those receivers, but confidence that we can hold them, right? That's what it is. Yes, Neil. And it starts with the tackling. That's the biggest difference. That I think the imperativeness as the week goes on, going, wow, we are a good tackling team, and if we tackle, we're going to give up some yards. But like Spenny said, look at the way that teams have to scheme against us. Pre-action, they've got to get their best receiver 400 yards behind the line of scrimmage just to get them 3 yards open. I like it. Matthew Stafford having to throw 50 times, 49 times to get 300 yards. That's a good sign.
And D-Mac, I'll say it this way. I am infinitely more confident than I was even a couple days ago, even 3 days ago. Because I'm not going to lie. And I talked about it a lot on this network. The Terrion Arnold situation where he's going to be one of your main dudes, right? Safe to say. Is he CB1?
Terrion Arnold?
Yeah.
No.
Like CB1 loading?
For the Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, but Carlton Davis is cornerback 1.
Right, but CB1 loading.
Yes,
right?
he is the heir apparent.
He is the heir apparent.
You're going to have 2 number 1s.
But for me, D-Mac, I was very skeptical of that.
Well, we had to see it. We had to see this new D, and they're only going to, that's the thing also, too, is they're only going to get better. You can't teach tackling, right? So that's something that last year, like the way that they did it, you brought it up earlier, the way that guys ran open. Now, we will see, because again, look, you're playing the 2 teams early in the season that you played in the playoffs last year that you have the book on. You know what they did to you, so you're going to team up. The difference is the secondary is totally different, right? Except for Branch, except for the linebackers. The cornerbacks are different. So I think the adjustment has to be made more by Tampa than it has to be by us.
No, and D-Mac, like for me, and there's cat spot again. This is a dumb take by Neil. The Rams' offensive line was decimated. This doesn't have anything to do with that. I'm talking about what I saw from the secondary, what I saw from Terrion Arnold, just exclusively that, because that was my biggest question. Because D-Mac, all of this goes back to the point that this team is in a Super Bowl window right now. Yeah. Right now, it's go time to win the Super Bowl. What is the most vital thing that had to improve for this team to be a Super Bowl champion?
Secondary.
This team that knocked on the door that was 14 minutes away from being in the Super Bowl. What was the one thing that had to improve? That had to. You just said it. And from what I saw, week 1 of a dude's career, week 1 of a team with a unit that has to improve for them to clear the final hurdle and win a Super Bowl, something this franchise has never done before. I like what I saw. I like what I saw. I like that receivers caught passes and then were tackled. I like that. And you cannot tell me that wasn't the case. 50 passes to get 300 yards, Cooper Kupp catching 14 balls to go over 100 yards. That tells me right there, tackling was on point. You can spin that any way you want to spin it. You can cook up whatever bullshit you want to cook up. It doesn't matter. The math's here. The man got in there and stuck his face in there and made tackles. He's good with me. To me, like we talk about this, Terrion Arnold, to me, just on his ability to tackle alone and held his own against Cooper Kupp, enough to the point where I'll say this. Terrion Arnold and the job he did against Cooper Kupp out there on the island against him, locked up with him, makes him good in any hood in the NFL. To me, right away. And guess what? We're going to find out again on Sunday. And he gets another one and another one, because that's how this league works. Everybody's got one. To me, it's good enough, D-Mac. I will make that proclamation now. My biggest question mark, I'm cool with after one game. Here we go.
Amen. No, I agree. I agree. I saw what I was told. But it's on brand for what comes out of Allen Park. I got the hiccups.
Bizarro Brandon Katz. I like listening to everybody's takes. You guys are all so smart. Ed said, thanks, Bizarro. So there's that one out there as well. But yeah, no, that's why. And then for the whole Stafford wasn't throwing down the field because of the offensive line thing, guess what the Buccaneers are going to do? They're going to spin that thing. I will tell you this, though. I am very comfortable with this spot for the Lions. I'm very comfortable with it. And as the week goes on, we'll check the lines at Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. We'll check the lines and we'll monitor them. But I think Vegas and the folks at Caesars, they kind of share my sentiment. So let's do this. Let's take the break. We will come back. We'll continue this discussion as well. And I do want to take a look at the college football. I do want to talk to the Sparty people in the room. Oh, there's one. That's right.
Hello.
I want to talk some Michigan stuff as well, because we're getting down to it, everybody. We're getting down. It's Wednesday already, which is absurd to me. But here we are. Let's talk about KDK Law, everyone. If you are going through child custody, divorce, family law, criminal law, you guys know there's a lot on the line with that. Your marriage, your child's visitation can be on the line. Probably losing some sleep. So why not go with the firm like KDK Law here in Birmingham, Kevin and Catherine, that give you 24/7 availability? Who else is doing that in the law game? For real, who else is doing that? 10 years plus of experience as well. And it's very simple. You can get some rest at night. Scan the QR code on the screen. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you, and they will pay your filing fee. Guys, get it together and get this situation handled. KDK Law, they'll have your back.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? Well, you expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers come to know and trust on Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, Silent Mike in the house. He's been very verbose today. We'll say it like that. He's been piping up. Spencer Raxter as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get in there. Get your thoughts out there also. And we're doing it, everybody. And we are. We're talking Lions. We're talking about Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the secondary, because this is going to continue to be a discussion point. And you know what's wild about this, D-Mac, and this just kind of popped in my head, is this. You know what's wild about this whole Lions thing is we're going to go back and forth, and the Lions will play a couple of clunkers because every NFL team does.
Yep.
And they'll lose, and they'll get filleted by the people out there, and they'll say, see, I told you this wasn't real and all that kind of stuff. And that's the way that it works. And the thing that probably isn't going to be fair, but is 100% accurate and the way it works when you're chasing a Super Bowl, because I will reference this all season long. This is a Super Bowl window. The expectation is the Super Bowl. Anything other than that, you did not meet the objective. Right, Spenny? They're
correct. It is a failure.
It is a failure. That's the definition of being in a window.
You do not win the Super Bowl, the season is a failure.
It's a failure. And that is where we are at right now. We are in the water with the Kansas Cities and the 49ers and the Eagles. I won't put the Cowboys in there because they have to learn how to do it. They have to learn how to win first because they haven't been in the NFC Championship game in almost 30 years. So, that's something where they're going to have to learn. They're not quite in those waters, but we are. And D-Mac, when it all comes down to it, one play, mark me on this one. One play is going to define everything. I don't know what that play is going to be.
It's the NFL.
One play is going to define it. It's a one-score league.
It's a one-play league. And do you feel you have the playmakers, whether it's on defense, to make a play or on offense? I think yes, we do. We've proven that, and it's just like how do you want it, baby?
Yes.
How do you want it, right? And that's the one thing too. I think that you're establishing defensively, and it showed. You still got guys back there like a Kirby, ball hawking the heck, schemes, different stuff like that. So I like I said, this defense and this secondary, as they play more together, will only get better. That's Terry and Arnold's first game, and yeah, you could say whatever you want, but for a rookie guy to do all the little things, you're gonna get beat. Who's he gonna go up against this week? Mike Evans or Godwin?
Probably Godwin.
Right, I would say there's another big test. So throw him right in the fire early. We'll see what we got. So to me, it's more than just him. It's by committee, like I said. But this will be a big week. Big motivation for Carlton Davis too, playing his old team.
Personal.
And do you not? And let me ask you this question. Do you think Carlton Davis, from what we've seen out of him, takes things personal and remembers stuff and would bring this up and is motivated like that?
Oh, sure.
I do. I feel a D-Mac vibe in Carlton Davis. Like I know what you did, and I'm going to show you that you were wrong.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Rugby Tony, pretty awesome, as we have never been like this in terms of being elite in my lifetime. And Rugby Tony, that's why I will take a segment every week probably and discuss it and discuss this point. And because these are the waters that we are in. What'd you have, Smitty? Oh, yeah, for sure. But these are the waters that we're in right now. So for me, it's one of those things where we need to be comfortable with that, because one play is going to define this at some point down the highway. It is. Mm-hmm. And the week to week we'll get through. And like I said, you'll take the wins and you'll analyze the wins, and there'll be a couple of clunkers in there where the Lions get cooked and they'll lose a game that they shouldn't lose, because that's the way this league works. Could be like, I got my eye on that Indianapolis Colts game.
Yep.
I just do. The Colts always get everyone.
Titans. There's going to be a trap game in there.
Nah, they're too good to lose to the Titans. But they could lose to the Colts.
It's fair.
100% they could. So, it is. It's one of those things, man, we got to get comfortable. I want to talk about that, though, D-Mac. The Carlton Davis thing, the old team thing. Take me through that, man. Your first time you played against the Red Wings.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, I remember it'll be different because it was different playing in Calgary against the Wings than it was the first time back in your old building in an LCA. That was freaky. Like just surreal moment, almost like multiverse going in the other dressing room. But the confidence at home, and I was lucky because I actually scored against Manny Legacy. I'll never let him live that down on a wraparound. So that was a vibe. But that was, one of those things that yeah, it felt good. If there's any one of my 127 regular season goals that was special, that would have been one of them, right? Just, and it wasn't out of hard feelings or anything. It's just, like because it
just gets you juiced up.
It was
right?
business, but it was something you had to prove to your guys. It's there's two moments I remember scoring that goal, and also back at LCA, I laid malts out in front of our bench, and enough that then we were down like 3-0 after one. That Daryl Sutter, our coach at the time, said, "Look at this guy. You won championships, and he gives a shit. But I'll never let malts." He knows I laid him out. So those are the two things to remember. But yeah, it means something. And this will mean something because it's real fresh. Right. It's real fresh. It just sort of happened. So it's about keeping emotions in check. But here's the one thing too. How many times has Carlton Davis gone against Mike Evans in practice the last few years in Tampa Bay?
Probably a lot.
So it plays out well if you're looking to the balance, like I said earlier, of who has to adjust the play sheet, because we have all the different tape of how successful Tampa Bay's receivers can be against us, but we're different. So you're going into a whole different unit, and let alone you have one of your guys on the other side that knows what you like to do. Formation stuff in practice. This sets up even better as we talk it out, Neil, even better to what you're saying, why Vegas has this at a touchdown or even more.
Jake, Lions lose that game if they lose a coin toss, and Overreaction Monday would then be a different story. And see, like, this is the last time talking on this because we move on. Because I find that take to be rather entertaining. Because what basis do you have to put that on? For real, like, what basis do you have to put that on? They had just gotten a stop to get the ball back to get the game tied. Like, they had just gotten off the field. You know who wasn't going to get off the field? The Rams defense.
Whew. Especially that
they
overtime.
were emasculated out there in overtime. Penei Sewell pushed a pile of humanity 4 yards down the field on his own.
If you want a great example of the field or the ice tilting, that was it. That's it. That's the example, because you just felt it. It was just inevitable. Like that, the last punch in too, it was over before it was over. They might as well just have seceded.
Right. Chuck, I had faith that the defense holds them to a field goal at worst, then we score a touchdown and win. Brandon Katz, Neil is delusional. Stafford was carving the Lions up the whole second half. Again, Detroit could not get stops. Katz, what did they do to get the ball back? What did they do?
Stafford could have put the game out of reach. 2 scores.
Well, and he was carving them up, so why didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was carving them up, quote, carving them up, then why didn't he? And this is the way the NFL is. Defense got the stop. The Rams never got the ball back, except for the interception that Stafford almost threw at the end of the game.
Yep.
But you forget that, Catspot, right?
Carving them up on 2-yard routes.
Yeah. Sorry, Catspot. They didn't win 49-0. Sorry they didn't meet your expectation, bro. So yeah, that is it. Let's go
to break.
Yeah, I'm going to do the break. I'm just trying to decide where we're going to go. I'll think about it during the commercial break. Talking about Randy Wise, not those other guys.
All right, how would you like to play with a legend like myself, Kirk Gibson, Braylon Edwards, or Calvin Johnson? It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today and you can play like a VIP. Go to @woodwardsports.com or scan the code on the screen. This time, it's above my head. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive.
And let me tell you about the watch party and the post-game show, both live at Hayes Social, presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila. We're going to have the taller long drinks. We're going to have the Tangerine Space Machine out there from New Holland Brewing. Sabbath hooked us up with their Nitro cold brew cans. Soroki's bringing the wings, and 1800 gave us the tequila. So make sure you tune in. We're doing Lions coverage better than anybody else in the state here at Woodward Sports all year long, live at Hayes Social. Come out there and join us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza has a new limited time offer just in time for football season. Soroki's is debuting their fresh signature flavored wings. Add their fresh wings to their order when you order a New York style pizza for the games this weekend. Try one of their 7 different flavors. We're going to have them at the live watch party. I can't wait. I'm a big fan of classic buffalo. I'm a big fan of lemon pepper. So Soroki's is going to hook it up. Just order or go to Sorokis.com to find a location near you.
All right, keeping it pushing here, coming down the stretch. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Silent Mike in the building. Spencer Raxter as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts out there. And I did want to talk about the college football a little bit here. Your Big Ten leading Michigan State Spartans.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it was the tale because the Get Right took an L. The Get Right was on Michigan. I expected a bounce back performance from them. I said to myself, no way the quarterback room is that bad. But guess what? The quarterback room was that bad. And they got cooked.
Yes.
And I was wrong.
I was very, very happy with the Spartans' performance. Obviously, you know, they get to 2-0. They're leading the Big Ten. Look out. You know, obviously, they're 1-0 in the Big Ten. Maryland is they're no slouch. They're no awful team. I mean, they're no world beater either, but it was a good win. I liked what Aiden Childs did aside from the interceptions, but he's 18. He's getting better every week. That's what I need to see. He was a lot better than he was in week 1.
Was it more than you thought? Because it was more than I thought.
Improvement?
Yeah.
No, I figured that it would be like this because, like I said, in week 1, the plays were there to be made. The offensive scheme worked. He just didn't make the plays. He looked better. Obviously, he needs to clean up the interceptions still, but Nick Marsh coming out party, you know, one of the best freshmen in the Big Ten already. 8 catches, 198 yards and a touchdown. Dude's 6'4", 215 at 18 years old. Love him. That connection is going to be very good for a couple years here in Michigan, in East Lansing. So I was happy with that. The defense looked good again. They're making plays. They're making tackles. The linebacking core looks damn good. Chris Bogle looks like a monster on that defensive line. He was the Florida transfer from last year, number 2. So, yeah, I was happy with their performance. Big test coming up in Boston College, night game. You're going to have to stop the run because Boston College ran all over Florida State.
Yes, they did.
So you're going to have to stop the run. But I like our odds going to Boston College.
If they win that game, they will have my full attention.
Yes.
And not in terms of like going to the playoff or anything like that.
No, winning 7, 8 games.
They would be further along than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, this is a tough
especially
test.
after the Florida Atlantic performance. I was like, and that was a thing, right? Like with my Michigan thing with Texas, there were Michigan State versus Florida Atlantic vibes to it.
Yeah. And we're playing some, I don't even, like Furman or something this week. I don't even know who the team is that we're playing this week. But when we go to Boston College, that's going to be the tough one. And I talked about it in the when we were breaking down the teams, and I talked about the linebacking core of Michigan State and how that was going to be the highlight of their defense. And you look at what they got. Jordan Turner, the transfer from Wisconsin, is everywhere. Cal Halliday is everywhere. You got Wayne Matthews coming off the bench, who is another transfer from Old Dominion, who had like 130 tackles last year. And then a guy who really down the stretch became one of, if not the best player on this Michigan State defense last year, Jordan Hall, athletic and making plays. The linebacking core is deep. You got 4 very good backers back there, and I'm excited to see. They need to go out there and just absolutely, they play Prairie View. Thank you, Mason Leach. So go out there and just dominate Prairie View. I want to see 400 yards of total offense. Just put up.
You want blood in the streets.
Yeah, I want blood in the streets. Get a good tune-up. Aiden Childs, don't throw an interception in this game. Get comfortable going into Boston College next week.
All right, so that's the recap. Appreciate it. I was pleasantly surprised, I guess. I did not expect them to win that football game, especially too. They were down.
Got down early,
so I really didn't expect it then, but they did. But D-Mac, were you? Because I was like all the ha ha he he stuff. Were you surprised by what transpired at Michigan?
You know what? Not really. Not really, because the question mark in a week would they solve? I think the answer was, is Quinn Ewers that guy? Can he be that guy this year for Texas? Is Texas, legit? That was more of it. I think that the whole thing, as I'm sitting here this week, is that if I'm a Michigan fan, I'm looking down at Michigan State, because I said to Spenny before the show, look at what Michigan State did with the 18-year-old and the 17-year-old. Don't care, just went out and played and won, right? How is that not the situation in Michigan? Not saying that they would have executed it, but having that option. So I think that if it's that bad for Michigan, there's at quarterback, they should be saying, why don't we start the young guy? Why don't we get him in if this is the way it's going to be? Right. Look at the way it's going down the road, which I don't think it's going to be. But if I'm a Sparty fan, not only, yes, but the future or what you've done there and the talent, the hats off to the young kids, but that tells you that the future is brighter maybe than you thought. I mean, because you got to give them credit for going and doing it the way that they did it. No one expected them to be able to do it and how they did it. So I think that's, that's the key. That there's that young talent, like I said, at State and Michigan. They don't know.
With Michigan, I think they either got to go one of two ways. They can't start.
They're at the crossroads
Davis Warren again. You can't start Davis Warren. You either need to go full gimmick offense with Orji running a triple option and having Colston Loveland as his one receiving option and then kicking it to Donovan Edwards or taking it himself, or you need to give the keys to Caden Davis, because there's no way Caden Davis can be worse than Davis Warren. It's impossible.
And they're reportedly Orji's gonna start this weekend, right? Like I had heard that discussion. I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat can drop that one in there. But that's my understanding, is that Orji's going to start for Michigan. And, you can do the thing, too, where you can say that they're back and stuff like that.
Caden Davis, excuse me, not Caden Davis.
Yeah. No, but you can do the thing where, because they'll come out, they'll light up Arkansas State or whatever. Either way, I mean, because the athletes are superior. It can be ugly, and they could still light them up. But I think that, because Orji will get the start this week, and then you'll see it, and then they'll have success, and then the fan base will say, see.
Yep.
And that's going to happen. Like, I can see that happening before it even happens. And that was like, too, do you think that Michigan's a top 25 football team? Do you think they're the 17th team in the nation?
I don't think they're 17. I would say they're top 25, though.
Yeah, and you knew like they weren't going to fall the top 25 because the USC game's coming up next week. The week after.
That's huge for them.
And you need to keep that. You need to keep that number next to their name, for the game against USC. So there were no surprises. But D-Mac, I was stunned. CK says Orji is not starting, which I had heard the discussion had started.
It should be him or Jaden Davis. I feel like there's no way you can bring out Davis Warren again. He is not good.
And that's where
at least Orji gives you an elite dynamic. Like, he is an elite athlete, and you get him on the edge in a power sweep, that can make something happen.
Yeah. So we'll monitor that and see how it shakes out. It's just I'm stunned that quarterback room at Michigan, coming off a national title,
Yeah.
is that off.
No, if Michigan would have shelled $5 million to Cam Ward to come play quarterback,
could you even imagine?
They would be probably the title favorite.
Right. So, all right, let's do this. Take the break, come back. I got to get right for the people in honor of Caesar Sportsbook. So let's do that.
Tell us about Planet Fitness.
Let's do it, everybody. We're live at the Planet Fitness Studios. You guys already know that, though. They're the best gym in the country. And guess what? They're one of the best values in the gym game in the country as well. Over 50 Metro Detroit locations, over 2,600 of them worldwide. And the Black Card, still just $24.99 a month. Some of you are paying $90, $100 for a gym membership. You are. And you know who you are. And my question is, why? Why would you do that when Planet Fitness has everything you need? Tons of weights, tons of cardio. They got stretch cages in there as well. I've been using those as of late. 30 minutes. Best gym in the gym game. Trust me, I've been there for over 3 years. It's Planet Fitness, everybody. Go to planetfitness.com. Join there. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
One.
Hey,